But let's maybe touch upon another context, since we are already talking about different contexts of use. I found another article of yours where you talk about storytelling and touch. So if I'm understanding correctly, this article, basically in this research, you try to explore how mediated touch can influence or maybe enhance the storytelling experience, right? And so some mediated touches were provided during the experiencing of this story. And then you basically kind of investigated how it affected the experience, right? And let me quote a sentence from this study. It says that while touches at emotional story moments, so basically touches were provided at specific key moments, right? And you say, while they can distract from the story content, touch in general can implicitly enhance the attention paid to the story content. So it's very interesting sentence because it's kind of contradicting one point to another, right? So on one hand, it distracts, right, from the story content. On the other hand, implicitly enhances the attention paid to the story. So can you talk more about it? Because I think there is a lot to it in terms of also research, because there is this interesting word that I like, implicitly. Also, how did you get this implicitness and this tension aspect?
Yeah, so I think this paper was a little while ago, but I do remember the study
Okay.
that we read.
Sorry.
That's fine, but I think so. I think it's an interesting point, because again, you could say that the story here provides some context to the touch that you receive, right? So that kind of was the idea behind this, that if we provide these kinds of touches at significant moments during the story where, for example, something emotional happens, does it then sort of create an extra layer or help people to interpret this part of the story as being particularly significant? And we compared this to random activation, so just having touches happen all over the story. And I think part of this being distracted is, of course, also to do with the novelty of this type of listening to a story. Mm-hmm. We're not used to feeling haptics as we're listening to an audio story, like an audiobook. So that, I think, explains the distracting element. But after longer exposure to this type of story with added haptics, people might be able to, in a sense, forget about the haptics to some extent and really have that be more as an implicit signal that highlights certain aspects of a story, like this more emotional moment.
Mm-hmm. So we can actually have some kind of tactile stories, maybe at some point.
Yeah,
or movies. Like I've seen another article somewhere about the kind of movie experience, right? We can also enhance that type of entertainment area of our life. Very interesting.